Welcome back. Welcome back. Another episode of the season's grade series. We got the New York Knicks basically locking up a top 2-3 seed in the Eastern Conference after tonight's win versus the Boston Celtics. But we're going to go through, give the top 7 guys or 6 guys, because it's really all they play, grade for their season. We're not including Julius Randle. He missed too much time, and Mitchell Robinson, same kind of deal. But we're going to start off with a little ad from our sponsor. Finn, let them see it.
Shout out Swish Room. We really appreciate the partnership. Use code TOT at checkout. Code TOT at checkout for 10% off. Basically, you're going to get this little piece right here. You're going to get the pole. Connect them together. Bring this John up on top of the hoop. It extends right here. Place it. It's going to make the diameter of the rim a little bit smaller and dial in your jumper. God knows Matt and 12 need it. I don't. But, yeah, use code TOT at checkout now. 10% off. Swish Room. Shout out Swish Room. If you want to get dialed like Steph, you got to use Swish Room.
Look, y'all used to shooting in the diameter, but I use the radius. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, link will be in the description for all that. Shout out to Swish Rims, and we're gonna get right into
it.
Swish Rims. Start off with Jaylen Brunson, and we're gonna give him an A+. I think he has solidified himself this season as the best point guard in the Eastern Conference, which is wild to think about it. Just 2 years ago, he was getting signed for $120 million for 4 years, and we all thought that was a lot, and we never thought he would become what he is now.
You're tripping.
Okay, a lot of people did not think that he would be this good, and I know you didn't think he would be this good, but he's tripping. He's the best point guard in the Eastern Conference, and it's not close. He's having an unbelievable season. Another 40 ball tonight. It seems like, or did he already get 40?
Okay, he had 9 last time we looked.
But I mean, damn near a 40 ball, if not more. But I mean, this team, this guy, just taken the Knicks to new heights, especially with all of their injuries this season. OG missed a ton of time. Julius Randle seems like he missed the whole damn season, basically. And to be in contention for the 2-3 seed in the Eastern Conference after all of that is a credit to Jaylen Brunson and a lot of the other guys on this list for stepping up. But Jaylen Brunson's been unbelievable. Career high in points, assists, efficiencies off the charts. And it's just one of those players that's a little unorthodox because he goes off 2 feet and plays a lot off 2 feet. And
there's a flash flood. My fault. I couldn't. It wouldn't let me mute it. It wouldn't let me mute it.
Hey, we're thankful for our local services letting us know of the inclement weather going on. It is very much needed for our community. We thank you. And with that being said, flash flood warning when you got to guard Jaylen Brunson, man. When you step out on that floor, he said triple cross and turn to Jaylen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it come down to: leader, consistent, efficient. It's him. I knew it. I watched it in that series when he was playing with Luka. You know what I'm saying? I seen him with the Mavs. I said, that boy tough. As soon as he went over there to the Knicks, I'm like, uh-oh. Go ahead.
He's the king of New York right now, bro, besides me.
To be fair, you do say that about every team or player, but
Hey. He's the king of New York right now, besides me. He's the king of New York right now. And I saw a crazy stat. I forget the exact number, but it was up in the 30s, or it was low 40s or high 30s. 40-point games that he's had. Maybe it was 20s. Whatever it was. Like, every point guard from the Knicks since 2010, the second highest person had 2 40-point games since 2010. And in, like, 2 years or whatever it's been, he has over 20. So, like, he's really come into his own. He's really been playing a great brand of basketball. And like Matt said, those 3 categories Slim named are arguably, especially for a point guard, the 3 most important categories.
Yeah, no, he's been unbelievable, and I'm a Cavs fan, so this hurts. And we're hopefully we get a little revenge in the playoffs this season. But no, he's been unbelievable, and I have to hate him, but I do love him a lot. I think he's great. I would be a biggest fan of him.
Historic playoffs, bro.
Yeah, I think he's going to really solid himself in that top 10 player conversation. But moving on to OG Anunoby. He's only played about 20 or so games for the Knicks this season because of injuries in the trade, obviously. But when he plays, man, they're 17-3 with him. They're 17-3. So, like, it's
know
one
that.
of those things. It's one of those things where I think a lot of people were expecting him to take on this new role where he's going to be scoring 20, and it's similar to the role we've seen him play in Toronto. But now you get to see it again on winning basketball teams, and just the defense, the suffocation, like the consistent 3-point shooting, basically just stability from a wing spot that the Knicks didn't really have as a guy that can really go get his own bucket when he needs to. And he just does it better than a lot of guys. And just the combination of the 3-point shooting, the defense, and being able to create for yourself a little bit when Jaylen Brunson's in trouble, that's something you can't go underrated. So we're giving OG an A. We're giving him an A.
That's a big fact.
Deserved,
Big step up from Toronto. I feel like he has a lot more freedom to play a little bit more of his game because he has more cats that can find him. I think New York moves the ball really well amongst the players and can crash the glass and get big time rebounds and also knock down the 3 ball. But, do everything that you need him to do. Big step up guy, big fill in the gap guy. Shout out to OG.
No, I mean, honestly, I think we could talk about him for a while, but the only stat, it's like the Hardman when he was playing on the Nets. Like, the only stat you need to hear is they're 17-3 when he plays. I mean, that's their team.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a big piece. And I mean, you gave up not even a ton of compensation to get him when they've been holding on for him like he was going to go for 10 first-round picks forever. But you didn't even get one. But it did stink losing quickly in RJ. But still, I think the OG trade has worked out better than the Knicks could have imagined so far, and I can't wait to see him in the playoffs. And honestly, he might even have to get bumped to an A+ just for dealing with the Tibbs minutes for a little bit there. Holy Lord. But
he's starting to get a little wear and tear.
Yeah, moving on to Josh Hart. We're going to give him an A+. I think his numbers are not going to look fantastic if you just look at the box score every night, but he's had games in the 20s and 30s. He's gotten you 15 plus rebounds in games. He's just the do-it-all hustle guy that every championship level team needs. And Josh, there's no better one. He's on like that same tier as a pest hustle, do everything guy as like a Derek White to me. Like that's the role Josh Hart plays. And I can't think of anyone doing it better. He's played multiple games this year, 48 minutes in the regular season, which quite frankly is stupid. However, he did it and he hasn't been hurt. So credit to him.
He's durable. He's great. He's reliable. He can go out and get you 26 if need be. It's not something he's doing frequently, but he did it the other night. And yeah, big respect to his body holding up. Pause for taking in all the Tibbs minutes, which is tough. And also like he's like how you said Derek White, like it's like a Draymond. Like I'm gonna pick up the dirty work. And all good championship contenders need to have a guy that's like, all right, I'm gonna pick up the dirty work. So
he's also getting a ton of offensive rebounds, which for the Knicks, like, because as good as the Knicks defense is as a whole, if you're getting offensive rebounds on top of that, it's like that's why the Knicks are fighting for the 2 seed at the moment. Like being able to get offensive rebounds, especially not even from a center position, from a wing position and crashing the glass like that. Like he killed the Cavs last year in the playoffs. He's been killing teams all year. A lot of his rebounds are offensive too. It's almost like a 50-50 split. And being able to do that where a guy you constantly have to watch, even after the ball is up, is just one of those things that you can't really go unnoticed. And that's why we're going to appreciate it here. And I know Knicks fans do appreciate the hell out of Josh Hart. But we're going to move on to Dante DiVincenzo, his Nova teammate. I'm going to give Dante an A grade. I think a lot of these grades are high. Yes, I know, but this is based on the expectation coming into this season. And for what he's done for this team, especially in OG and Julius Randle's extended absence, is remarkable, quite frankly. He's been great. The shots selection, I have a little bit of a problem with. Sometimes he's one of those guys that's going to huck him up. But in that kind of situation where you don't have a lot of guys and you're only playing 6 guys, you're going to need to get him up. So he's been great. He's one of those guys that goes up and down, up and down. But I think for them, he's been exactly what they needed. Just a guy who's not hesitant, who's going to give you close to 40%, if not better, shooting every night consistently. And the percentages all work themselves out, but he's just one of those guys that's a do-it-all 3-and-D guy, which the Knicks have plenty of, which is important.
Might I add, champion champion.
Mm-hmm.
And coming from the Warriors being a champion, I think that's where he gets a lot of that stamina from to be able to, put up shots like that. And if you've been seeing him recently, he's been 30, 40, really, really getting those shots up and really showing you that he is, going to show up and compete on the highest level, knows how to compete and win on the highest level, which is what the Knicks need in order to, win games for the playoffs. So shout out to Dante.
3-and-D, like Matt said. When you're trying to build a team like that and you need all the pieces, that's one of the most important ones. And he's a great corner 3-point shooter, which is big for their spacing. He's able to guard guys who are a little bit bigger than him, and he's pretty effective in that. And like the combo of him and Josh Hart guarding your best players, I know they're switching and whatever, but they're both physical guys. They're both strong guys who are quick. And he's been phenomenal this year. He's also a pretty reliable piece. I know he's a little bit more of a hothead, but like I still trust him with the ball.
Yeah, no,
I think these grades are fair. They're high, but they're fair. If you guys didn't check out our other grading videos, we haven't given out straight A's yet. So
yeah,
the Knicks are the second best team in my view of the East. I would say.
I agree. Pains me to say, but I agree.
Pains me to say even more. Fuck the Knicks.
But moving on to Miles McBride here, I'm giving him a B+. I know his expectations weren't super high coming into the season, and I think a lot of that had to do with Quickly and RJ still being on the team. But for when they get traded, OG goes down, Julius Randle goes down. You ask a guy to come in and give you 48 minutes or damn near close to it nearly every night, playing alongside one of the best point guards in the NBA. You're getting really, really good production. And being able to go in that game, I think he had, 37, if I'm not mistaken, or like a crazy high-scoring game the other night or relatively recently. Just a guy that's a little do-it-all. He's pressuring you 94 feet at all times, it feels like. And he's just a disruptor. And that's just every guy I've mentioned so far is a disruptor in one way or another. And the Knicks just have a ton of them. And I know I can't give him an A just because I don't think he's been truly remarkable, where I think the rest of these guys have far and away exceeded these expectations. But I'm going to give him credit for stepping up. So he's getting a B+.
Right. Shout out to Deuce. Like my twin said, scrappy, gonna want to put in the, does put in the work. And I think that is a testament to Tibbs and, the rest of these guys as well. The fact that the majority of them 3-and-D, they do what it takes to win. They hold each other down on defense, and they share the ball really well on offense as well, and know how to win, do what it takes to win, and that means down to the nitty gritty and doing shit that a lot of teams don't like nowadays, which is playing defense. So shout out to Duke.
He's one of those guys that you can plug and play anywhere, and he'd help that team out.
Right.
Yep. But B+ for Miles McBride. Moving on to the last guy, we're going to keep it nice, short, and sweet with the 6-man rotation, just like Tibbs. Isaiah Hartenstein. One of the guys that I personally hate. However, I'm going to give him his credit. Mitchell Robinson goes down because he destroyed the Cavs. A lot of it seems to be a recurring theme, but this is recurring theme. But Isaiah Hartenstein, I'm giving him an A+, man. I think when Mitchell Robinson goes down, you ask him to come in, fill a role, play a starting role, and he's been unbelievably good at it. He's giving the Knicks a different look than what Mitchell Robinson did, and I think it's helped their offense out a lot. He's playing a lot more in, not I want to say an offensive hub, but he's a way better passer and driver of the basketball than Mitchell Robinson is from like the elbow or the nail. And by doing so, it unlocks so much more because you can throw it into him and they have to come up, even though he's not the best jump shooter by any means. But being able to go and drive or pass out of it to an open shooter in the opposite corner and just recognizing when he has to get out of there while also being an absolute pest on defense and the glass, it's one of those guys. I know he started the whole season, but he's one of those guys that coming off your bench come playoff time is perfect, like perfect. And he deserves an A+. He's been really, really good. And if you watch the interview, I saw a clip of him. He was on the Josh Hart and Brunson's pod saying how I want to say it was the Nets, but someone said that he had some kind of issue and he slipped in the draft and went to the Knicks. And I mean, Jets fucked up by whatever team did that, but he's just been unbelievable. And yeah, credit to him.
Big pickup, dog, hold it down, defense, offense, and big body. I just watch them. They just beat the Celtics. I just watched them body Xavier Tillman, and Xavier's big guy.
Too.
You know what I'm saying? Big, strong guy. That's what you're going to need, you know, if you just so happen to play against all of the teams that you would be worried about, maybe a Joel Embiid or, you know, whoever it is, KP. You know, you need a 5 who can bump and, you know, just run into it with anybody. And I think that he definitely does that and can, you know, just facilitate that role of being able to pass the ball really well, set good screens, do whatever it takes on his end to help Brunson, help, you know, whoever it is, especially with Mitch gone for a minute. He definitely stepped up, deserves that.
I think the constant theme that we found here today is that it's just a team of dogs, dude. And again, as a Nets fan, it's tough for me to say I hate the Knicks, but like they all have a specific role. They all know their role. They all fill their role. And he fits right into that category where, I mean, like someone said, you need someone to throw bodies at. You need someone's body to throw at bigs. And like, even if you got a Mitchell Robinson back, he's still more dense. And I know Tibbs doesn't like playing guys low minutes, but switching them back and forth could be a good look. Get them in there, hack a couple times, like whatever it may be. They're built well. And obviously they didn't even have Julius Randle or Mitch the whole year. So I'm very intrigued by this squad.
Brunson, 39 tonight, 15 of 23 from the field.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
6 of 11 from 3 and 4 assists. Come on now. Come on.
That's big.
Yeah, no. Knicks are good. And as a Cavs fan, I'm hoping you guys get the 2 so we can sneak into the 3 here and we can get a little rematch round 2. That's what I want. I want to kick the Knicks ass. But Knicks fans, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.